All right, let's do it. What's up, Creepers and Geekers? Christy, Atari Creep. How is everybody doing today? We got an email today, and if you haven't gotten an email, well, over on Facebook, one of the Amico groups that Richard Haywood from Bacon Ice Cream Production monitors, he put a PDF of this update over there. Check it out if you haven't yet. There's not really much on this update that I personally care about, but I know there's a lot of people who are really into the Amico Home experience. And you know what, maybe one day I'll get one of those little Google boxes to put onto a TV and load it up. But until that day happens, honestly, I'm really only interested in hardware news. They briefly touch on that, but I do have something I would like to say about hardware, or maybe just introduce the idea to you. I don't know. It's not even a big deal, but let's get into this, because it's a whole bunch of things I really don't have much to talk about. So they talk about spring, flowers bloom, so does in development, and that's cool. Happy spring to everyone in the northern hemisphere. Happy autumn to all those down under. You know what? Maybe that's it. Maybe I'll just start flying south for the fall. I hate summertime. I really do. At Amico, we are dedicated to our mission of bringing families and friends together with simple, affordable family entertainment. So this is really the only section that I honestly, truly 100% care about. I mean, the rest of it, yeah, it's cool. I'm really excited for the people who are excited for this. Yeah, it is what it is. But it says we are actively progressing with our phased plan to eventually manufacture Amico hardware. And we have some good news to share about our current phase of the plan. And so, evidently, everything from here down is, I guess, the foundations of where they're going to start building hardware. They're building financial stability. And I genuinely hope it works. I really do. If anything, for all the crap that these guys have gotten, I'm not saying whether it was needless or needed, but what I'm saying is after all this time, we still have people working on this, regardless of what you think. And I have asked John privately a number of times in like the tester chat, about hardware. And I've opened up the idea to me actually physically working on hardware. More importantly, the controller. Yeah, I still do have my Amigos. People have asked me about that. They haven't asked for it back yet. So, and every now and again it does come out, and we do a round of more times than not. Evil Knievel gets all the love. Evil Knievel, Shark, and of course Astro Smash. But I do need to finish Finnegan Fox. Maybe I'll start that as a series here in the future. But regardless, getting back to this, my hopes are that this is what they're talking about. Yeah, I would love the console, but I don't see that happening anytime in the near future anyway. But I could very well see something like this happen, and they've teased it a number of times over the past year or two, whatever it's been. And I said, I just got my J Standard and my 510 certifications, which is, soldering, surface mount, and all kinds of stuff. And to the, I guess, there's basically 3 levels. And I'm certified in all 3. So I said, if you need it, send the components to me within reason, and I will help you bang some of these out. But regardless, let's get back to this thing here. It's not about this controller or me trying to get involved. Leaping to new platforms. They're on Steam and Switch, either now or coming. I don't know. We're super excited to announce that we are launching the first of several games on Nintendo eShop for the Nintendo Switch and on Steam for PCs in June. Okay, so it's forthcoming. It's coming up here in another month. The titles will include Cornhole, Evil Knievel, and Finnegan Fox. Now, that should get these games a little bit more in people's hands. I know what the dialogue clash was with Nintendo, and there is an irony there that I will bring up. Yes, I won't specifically say what it is, but the majority of you who are going to be here just for one specific reason are going to bring it up. And you know what? At first I was opposed to it. But you know, at the end of the day, it really is about the games. Would I like to have my console? Fucking yeah. I want my wood grain, goddammit. But neither here nor there. I'm glad that the games, people worked on them. You know, people worked on them regardless of who it was or whether you like them or not. People have worked on the games and they deserve to be played, regardless of what platform sucks. But, you know, things can't always go the way you want them to. Introducing Happy Home games. Our Nintendo Switch and Steam games are published by a new sister company called Happy Home Games. I don't know anything about this, actually. And maybe I should go ask more about it before I speak upon it. But while getting back to the paragraph, while we share a lot of similar missions, the purpose of Happy Home Games is to adapt the Amico games to other consoles and PCs, bringing family and friends to more. You know, bringing it. Basically, let's get someone to convert what should be played with this to be played with something that's already out there. You know, I was recently interviewed, and they asked me about the controller. We didn't talk a lot about the Amico, and I kept it pretty quiet. But they asked me, do you really think that a lot of those games were made for that controller? And yes, the way that the games that I've experienced played wouldn't. I mean, you could translate them to another controller. Absolutely, it's buttons and directions, right? But I do feel like that they were designed specifically for that controller. So it makes sense that they would have to rework something to go into other platforms. I'm not a tech guy. I'm not a software guy. You give me some hardware, I'll figure it out. But I'm not a software guy, so I really don't know how any of that works. But it would make sense that they would have to tweak things to work on other platforms. You're going to correct me if I'm wrong, whatever. We will continue to publish new games and reimagined in television titles on Amico Home. The Amico console, Amico Home and Amico console. That's interesting that they put that there, because it is still on the brain pan. You know, the oven has many burners. Some of them are off right now. Some of them are on. So I'm guessing that's what we're doing. We're using that back left burner that nobody uses. That's where Amico console is right now. Like I said, I hope we start working on the controller. And I'm serious. I'm serious. Phil and John, if you guys need someone to help assemble some of them, I'll do it. I'll do it for whatever. I'll do it for the fun of it. As opposed to Amico controllers like on Amico Home. Okay. Whatever. Amico Home. Oh, let's talk about Amico Happy Homes. Or Happy Games or whatever. What is it? Happy Home Games. Guys, no one get mad at me. I think that sounds stupid. I think the name is stupid. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's not my company and it's not my mission. It's not my goal. My goal is just to tell you how I feel about these things. But if there's an entity out there who is trying to put these games in your hands easier, again, going back to the fact that people have fucking worked on them, they deserve to be played. God bless them. I don't care what they call themselves. They can call themselves toilet paper smear games. I don't care. Just get it out there to the people. And hopefully it'll generate enough income. Again, and I hate to keep saying this instead of the controller, but to get this in people's hands, because I really do think, and you've heard it a billion times, that this is the key. The killer app, so to speak, even though it's a physical thing. You get what I'm saying. The controller itself was the whole thing for me. And if I never got to, I don't know. I really want that controller in a lot of people's hands, because I do believe that I can fucking nanny boo-boo a lot of people. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people will sit there, whether they like it or not, go, okay, I get what you're saying. I promise that at the very least. All right, speaking of Amico Home, Evel Knievel and Finnegan Fox will also debut on Amico Home at the same time on the new platforms. They will join the 7 games already available. So we have Astro Smash, Missile Command, Shack, Sideswipers, which I've never fucking played. I've never tried it. I don't know. I have no reason for it. I just never have. Cornhole, which I really need to get better at playing, and Dart Frenzy. along with rigid force, redux, redo, enhanced, whatever it is. That is a wicked fun co-op game because you're not two ships fighting. I mean, sure, but one of you's at the ship and the other one's like this little protector thing. It really is fun. At first it was like, what? Okay, I see what we're going for here. Really fun, really fun. And, though the girls didn't really gravitate towards that one too much, I made the Mrs. B a player too a few times. But mainly, again, it's what's up here that they really cared about. More shit I don't care about. Amico Home on Apple TV. We're so excited to announce Amico Home's debut on Apple TV 4K devices. The additional Apple TV 4K rounds out our support for the most popular TV streaming devices, which will include Amazon Fire TD Stick 33 4000 and 11, Android TV, Google TV, and now Apple TV 4K. The launch roster for the Apple games are as such. Again, nothing new here. Astro Smash, Missile Command, Shack. I almost forgot how to fucking read there for a minute. Rigid Force and Dart Frenzy. More games will soon join the lineup at Apple TV, including Evel Knievel and, of course, Finnegan Fox. I think Evel Knievel will be a hit. Within this community, anyway. Evel Knievel is just one of those really fun games. You get a couple people playing, and it's not even about, if you're playing it by yourself, you want to complete the challenges, right? You want to get through the levels and the obstacles and all that crap. But it's when you have a bunch of people and you smash gloriously and the body just flails. That's the fun of the game. Not to win, to watch Evel Knievel fucking get destroyed. I hate to say that, no disrespect to the legacy of the great Evel Knievel and his family and his namesake. But I think the fun of it is getting going, getting almost there, and then wiping out. Especially if he wipes out, and the motorcycle catches fire and kind of rolls back on you. I mean, just some of the craziest shit happens in that game. It's so fun. So I would suggest at least trying that one, New games are coming. New games bring platforms. Okay, we've already talked about Finnegan Fox coming out. So here, I guess, it's just giving you a brief summary of it. Same with the Evel Knievel. We know what they are. Cornhole, we know what cornhole is. I'm not really going to get into this. Thank you for being part of the Amico family. Whatever season you are in, please take some time to appreciate nature, which I've been doing a lot lately, and remembering to hug your loved ones. Stay tuned for more updates this summer. And in the meantime, download Amico Home for your Apple TV and start playing. Warm regards, team of Amico, and the rest of this is all legal crap. This person owns this name. This person owns this name. It's like, God forbid you don't fucking give someone credit, right? Just, God damn, can we just talk about the things without having to... Don't forget me. That's basically what corporate life is. Don't forget me. So, at the end of the day, what can I surmise from this? More of the same. Amico Home's not for me, but I am ingrained in the Amico concept and subject. So I do feel it's fair to at least speak upon it. Hardware is where I'm at. This would be a great step. And speaking of hardware, if you've watched all the way to here, I'm going to give you a little bit of a prize. I'm working on something here. See, this is a mold, and it's filled with liquid resin. And there are 6 of them right here. And what they are making is little things that look like disc. They look like disc to go on here. Because I don't fucking like this controller. But I like the other controller, and I just so happen to have one that's separate from the actual controller. Whether I get the blessing or not, hopefully I won't fucking rattle any feathers. I'm pretty sure I've spoken to somebody about this, and they said, yeah, go right ahead. But I'm making these for everybody. And it's not even so much that I want to make money off of it. I am going to use the money to fund my reptile hide business. That's not dead. That's not dead in the waters. I just put it on pause for self-growth. I finished school. I've been working for a couple of weeks now. Actually, this is my second full week. And we're going to be getting going on those here pretty soon, but this is going to help fuel that. I have a whole handful of them ready to go. So look forward to that here in the near future. It will be probably sold out of my Etsy shop. The way you will be attaching these is with double stick tape, or if you want to glue it directly down, by all means. So I will have the bottom a little bit rough for mechanical bonding or chemical bonding, depending on how you choose to go about it. I'm pretty sure they'll work with not only the OG in television, but I believe they'll work with any other model. I can't say the flashback, because I think those are a little smaller, but I'm pretty sure the Intellivision 2, the Sears Telegames, and all the other ones that look like this pretty much, it'll work with. So I hope you're excited about that. I'm going to be making them in small batches in black. I do have a couple like gold ones, but I don't like the gold. Oh, it even looks more washed out. It does have kind of like a little space shimmer to it, but it's not gold enough for me. It doesn't have that aesthetic, you know? I don't know, maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe I'll make it as a chase color. I'll put it in one random package of someone who purchases those. I'm aiming for $40 completely shipped. That's going to cover labor, packaging, materials, and I'll be lucky if I get a couple bucks out of it. It's just more about doing something, getting something out there, and putting a few bucks together to get my hide business together. So, I don't know. I hope you're looking forward to that. I hope you're looking forward to anything else that was spoken about today in the Amico Home update. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Leave your feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all positive to me, guys. And wherever in the world you are, I hope you're doing well. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Please, please do me a solid. Hit that subscribe button. It takes a second. It's free. And you don't even have to hit the bell notification, so I won't bug you every time I upload some nonsense. I just want to see if I can do it. And we're halfway. We're almost halfway there. So please, for the love of God, start hitting that button for me. And we'll do something really special if I hit it. If we hit 5,000, I'll do something almost really special. But it'll still be special nonetheless, guys. And until next time, take care, creep it real, and bye-bye. Yeah.